I'm Carmine Gallo with Scott Kupor at the legendary venture capital firm of Andreessen Horowitz. Scott is the managing partner.
Yes.
And we are here on legendary Sand Hill Road to talk about the secrets of Sand Hill Road, which, Scott, you're going to reveal for us today, aren't you? I was really excited to talk to you because you're one of the few, you're the only investor who I've ever met who says that if they weren't in VC, that they would be singing country music. Right. So I wore my boots in honor of you.
We're sympathetic.
I love it.
Which is good, right? Yeah. Now, I want to be clear. What I said was I would like to be in country music, and I'm very thankful for my family's sake that venture capital worked out because
you're bringing in your guitar and you're going to play for us here.
That I'm not doing.
Okay, how about afterwards though? I want to hear some songs. We could talk about that for hours.
Right.
Your firm has invested in Lyft, Instagram, Slack, and a little company you might have heard about called Airbnb.
Yep.
So you're doing okay.
Yeah. No, we're lucky. We have a bunch of those kind of core consumer companies that you mentioned. Slack, actually, I would put in the enterprise category, and we do about 50-50 between kind of consumer facing stuff and enterprise facing stuff. And so far, it's been a lot of fun.
Well, I love this book, Secrets of Sand Hill Road. One of the chapters that attracted me is all about the art of the pitch. So can we talk about that? When an entrepreneur walks into an office and has an idea, the next big idea, you say that there are 5 essential criteria that you look for. So let's go through them quickly.
Yep.
A winning pitch has 5 essentials. Number 1, market size.
Yeah, so the way to think about market size is we invest in a lot of stuff. Unfortunately, a lot of it doesn't work. And so what we're really looking for is, if we're right, can the company be big enough that can ultimately sustain itself and, quite frankly, be a public company like a Slack or like a Lyft or a Pinterest and companies like that? And so that's the real market size question is, can it get to that scale where it can support a standalone business?
A winning pitch has another essential. Number 2, team.
Yeah, team is probably actually most important, particularly at the early stage, because there's not a whole lot else for us to go on. And a lot of the team question is, why this team versus anyone else who might walk in the door? So what is the unique characteristics that make this team so, kind of hands down the best person to approach this group?
Pitch essential number 3, product. It sounds like this is what you guys geek out on.
Yeah, we
really
do.
Understanding
we do, and right, a lot of us come from kind of the software background, and so we love it. But the important thing on product is not just what do you think the product is today, but what we call the idea maze. How did you get there? What information did you gather from the marketplace? How did that inform your product thinking? And the reason that's so important is because we know the product will change over time. The market will change, and so we want to understand your receptivity and your ability to incorporate market information.
Explain pitch essential number 4. Go to market.
Yeah, so go to market is how are we going to ultimately acquire customers, which is the lifeblood of all these companies. And we want to, again, understand there, what is the method? So are you going to buy Facebook ads to be able to do that? Are you going to have some organic method to acquire customers? If you're an enterprise company, are you thinking that you will hire an outside sales force to go do this? We want to make sure that there's a fitness between the plan you have for go to market and the product itself so that ultimately the economics of the business hold together.
And finally, pitch essential number 5, planning.
Yeah. Planning is a little bit of a recognition that, this current fundraise is just hopefully one stop along the way station that you'll go through in your life cycle. So what we want to make sure we understand is if we put money in today, 12, 18, 24 months from now, what's the story you're going to tell that next investor that will then compel them to kind of want to put more money in and allow you to continue the journey?
A winning pitch has to have those 5 essentials.
I think so, yeah.
How long would it take an entrepreneur to explain and articulate those 5 essentials in a time frame where you say to yourself, I get it, I'm interested, I want to be a part of this journey?
Yeah, usually when we're meeting in person, we try to kind of allot an hour's time, and I think you can get through a lot of that early stuff kind of, in the first, 10, 15, 20 minutes, really kind of encapsulate that whole piece of what is the market opportunity, why you, and then kind of, what does it look like in terms of kind of how you're going to approach the market. I think you can do that in a relatively short period of time.
Where do most entrepreneurs fall short when they communicate and try to articulate really their idea? to
Yeah.
someone like yourself?
I think there's probably two areas. One is around team, which is, I think they tend to kind of just not give enough attention to it. And the reality is, at this stage, there's not a whole lot else for us to evaluate. So spending more time, we actually tell our entrepreneurs, start with team. And we ask them to go back as far as you can in your background and really help us get a sense of who you are as a person.
Yeah.
And so I think that's one. I think the other thing is sometimes people tell us what they think we want to hear, even though it's not what we want to hear. Like, for example, sometimes people will come in and say, hey, if this doesn't work, don't worry. There's 5 or 6 companies who we can sell this business to.
Yeah.
And that's nice to know that you've got some downside protection, but that's not our business. Our business is upside maximization. So we want to hear about that story.
Chapter 8, just Chapter 8 is worth Secrets of Sand Hill Road. The art of the pitch. And it is an art.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much,
I
Scott.
appreciate it. Thanks for your time.